What up, peeps? Okay, alright, guys, welcome to the third day in a row, third morning in a row, streaming, alright. And tomorrow, too, and probably Friday, too. The kit that I want to build on Friday is not ready yet, so it depends on if the kit's ready by Friday. Should be, though. How's it going, guys? It's Wednesday morning here, and depending on where you are in the world, it's either also Wednesday morning or Tuesday evening. So hope you guys are all doing good here around the middle of the week. Hopefully your week's going all right. The first half so far. Gonna build up this Origin boy. Pretty excited. Looks pretty cool. And I think we're gonna actually put on some of the stickers here as well. As you guys know, I don't normally put on a lot of the marking stickers, but at least on some of the Origin kits, when I review them, I like to put on some of the stickers because the Origin kits are pretty, like the marking stickers, they have a lot. So it's kind of like, feel like you kind of have to because it's kind of part of the whole deal with the Origin kits. And hang on a minute, I'm just thinking that probably need to do this again. Yo, Zach, what up? Shara is your name. Hello, Shara. Unicorn, Spiderwick, Captain. How's it going, guys? Speedball Haro, 70 Savage. Yes, it came out already. Actually, I'm a little bit late to get it. Well, not that late, but yeah, it's been out for a couple weeks now already, actually. Who's that? I saw... Who was that? That girl, Japanese YouTuber, did a video, I think like a week or so ago on this kit, I think it was, right? Yeah, I know the USA doesn't have it yet. USA gets their kits a little bit later. Undead Chili, hello, heyo. Brandon, Gail, Johnny, Alvin, how are you guys doing? Let me get this music reconnected. Wish I could figure out what the deal is with that, why it keeps not working. I swear I'll figure it out. It's just that as soon as the stream's over, I forget about it and go on to do other things and forget to fix it until the next stream, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to fix that. Anyway, there it goes. Alright. So, welcome y'all. What's up, Lee? I thought I was like feeling a little bit chilly, but maybe I'm in the heat of the moment. Now I'm not feeling quite so chilly, so I'm gonna kick off that sweatshirt. Big shout out to my parents for sending me this hoodie. This is from the Public House of Woodstock. So you guys know the movie Groundhog Day? I'm sure you all know. If you're like over the age of 20, hopefully you guys know what Groundhog's Day is. The bar in all of Groundhog's Day was filmed in a town that's not too far from my hometown. So usually every year on Groundhog's Day they'll have a thing there, and my parents like to go there because we're all in my family. We're all big Bill Murray fans and fans of Groundhog's Day. And yeah, since the town is nearby, Woodstock is the name of the town. Since it's nearby my hometown, my parents like to go there every year. And so this year they bought this sweatshirt for me from the bar there, the bar that's in the movie. So that was pretty cool. I like it. So shout out to my parents for that. I don't think they're watching. I think they occasionally will pop in and watch some, but I don't know if they're watching at the moment. Let's see. One of the pieces popped into the wrong place. Which non-Origin HG Zaku kits do you recommend? Shara, so which HG Zaku kits would I recommend that are not from the Origin line? I would recommend the HGUC Zaku 2 F2 or any of the HGUC Humability type Zakus. I haven't built them, but they look good, everything that I've seen about them. I've just never gotten around to actually building one because I prefer the MG 2.0. But if you wanted a HG version, by all accounts, the HG Humability type Zakus are pretty nice. But the F2 is really, really nice as well, even though it's a little bit older. And also has 2 different color variants, and they're not P Bandai. Excuse me, sorry, my allergies. Allergies acting up a little bit this morning. Otherwise, I'm fine, thanks for asking. So, how are you guys all doing? Where's the part for the neck? Here. There it is. Thomas, Gabe, Elite, Fatty wants a cookie. I don't think I've seen you here in a little while, Fatty. Good to see you there. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just allergies, especially around this time of the year, and especially in the morning. It's always getting me going. The pine tree pollen has started kicking up in a big way here, so that's usually kind of what sets me off. Johnny asked, what RG kit would you recommend? RG kit would I recommend? RG recommend. I would recommend. Let's see, any of like the most recent RG releases, like from the Tall Geese, the Unicorn, the Sazabi, the New, the Crossbone. All those are great. If you want one of the little bit older ones, or maybe I would recommend. Again, I've never built this kit, but it looks good, and I've never really heard anyone really complain about this kit. But the RG Zagok also looks pretty nice. I'm just not a huge Zagok fan, so I've never been too hyped to grab one and build it. But by all accounts, it's pretty nice. What else? Honestly, any of the RG kits that I built. Oh, the RG Mark II. The RG Mark II is one of the really early ones, but it still holds up really well. I think it's definitely one of the best. Until some of the more recent, really great ones that I mentioned, like the Tall Geese and Onward, like that. Until those started coming out, I think the RG Mark II was still definitely the best. Yeah. But even people complain about the RG RX-78-02 Gundam being not that good. Honestly, I've built a couple of them. It's been years. It's been a long time since I have, but I've built a couple of them, and I didn't really ever feel like it was that bad. So, I don't know. The MG 3.0 though, probably better. Now the question I have for you guys is, which version of this should we build? Should we build it as the middle type or the early type? So let's see if we got a picture here. Middle type or early type? We're gonna build it as the early type, because that is early type is basically the 1/44 scale version of the master grade, and that's what I'm curious about, how it compares. So we're gonna build the early type here, which is this, not that, this chest piece, and this one. Should slot into here. Are you gonna? Oh, someone just asked. Are you gonna make the early or middle type? I'm making the early type, I think. That's what we'll do here with this. So, interesting. So apparently, you're just gonna close all this up. Close all this up around, and you have a big hollow space in there, which seems like, oh, I should have plugged something in there first, but actually not. That's correct, apparently. I think it's safe to go ahead and put this on as well here. No sad stories today? Did I share a sad story yesterday? Oh, did I share a sad story recently? No, I don't think I have any sad stories today. I just saw on the news this morning that Chris Cuomo is sick with the coronavirus. That's sort of, I don't know, depends on you maybe how sad that is for you, but for those of you who maybe Chris Cuomo fans, I don't know, he's a celebrity. It's always kind of makes it a little bit more real when celebrities fall victim to things, right? Somehow that makes it more real for a lot of people, anyway. There's sad news would just be generally the state of affairs in America, anyway. I mean, in many other places around the world, of course, but as an American who's fortunately not living in America at the moment. Gary Holt, the guitarist from Slayer, has it too as well, apparently. Okay. This part is not going in there. And, it's because the polycap is not in there, right? There we go. So I think I mentioned this yesterday, but again, whenever something's not fitting right, 99.9% of the time I can guarantee it's not something wrong with the kit, it's something wrong with what you're doing. So that was a perfect example. These parts weren't fitting together, and the problem was I didn't have the polycap in all the way. So always check what you're doing first before you kind of start to think that something's wrong with your kit. Let's see, so the early type will use this piece here. Oh, no, this one over here, sorry, like that. And this side has the gun, but we're gonna show that later. So there we go. So this piece and this piece can hang out over there for the time being. We got these guys here in the chest. Hey Adam, what's going on? Welcome. Glad you could join us for a little bit today. There's the torso, and then we can make the backpack as well. And actually, the backpack is actually the next step. A lot of times the backpack will be like a little bit later on in the construction, so I might have to skip ahead or something, but I am actually following the order of the instructions, and the backpack is actually next. What's your guys' home remedy? What do you guys like to do for when you get songs stuck in your head? Because I've got that Lil Dicky song, Save That Money, stuck in my head. It's a catchy song. I'm not really complaining, but William, how's it going? How did the final numbers for the charity go? Yes, the charity, I think we didn't quite make it to 5,000, but just under that. So, yes. So later today or tomorrow, should get to that later today, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, actually, I'm not going to have that beam saber on that side. We're going to make the early type here. Yeah, so probably later today, if not tomorrow, I'll get to drawing the winners for the giveaway portion of that. Let's see. So there's our cannon. That should plug onto here and onto here. Like that. There we go. There you go. Adam's in the chat saying that USA Gundam Store should get the kit probably around the middle of April, so about 2 weeks or so. So if you guys want to pre-order it, I think you should still be able to. And we should have a sticker on here. Let's see. Right? Where's it gonna let me know about that sticker? Oh, maybe there's not a sticker for that actually. But I think we can have a little home remedy, so we'll get to that later. We'll come back to that. We'll move on to the head here. Blue Falcon, thank you. Sorry, not Blue Falcon, sorry. Blue Facondor. Favorite Korean food? Don't say chimek. It's certainly not chimek, although chimek is good. For those of you guys who are not hip to your Korean slang lingo, chimek is short for chicken mekju. Chicken is chicken, mekju is beer. So that's like what people use to say when people are having chicken and beer, which is a common thing a lot of people like to have, right? But yeah, I do like chicken and I do like beer, but I don't really often have chimek actually. But my favorite Korean food is probably oribulgogi, which is duck meat. It's probably my favorite. I like it. It's good. But I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of good Korean foods that I like. So it's kind of hard to narrow it down. But that's usually what I say when people ask. So I'll just stick with that. And not even from other foreigners, but from just Koreans. I get asked that quite a bit. Koreans love food and they love talking about food. And so when you meet Koreans, and especially because they want to know, because you're a foreigner, they want to know your favorite Korean food. It's just like interesting for them, I guess. So I get asked, by people. It's a pretty common question. Well, what's your favorite Korean food? Let's see. The construction for the head of this is really nice. Let's see. We do have a sticker here for the front, even though you don't really need a sticker for the front. Front camera there's for the back camera, but the front camera is an actual red piece, so you don't really necessarily need the sticker. The sticker is foil though, so it looks a little kind of nice just being shiny, but I don't necessarily really need that. It's already red anyway. Let's see, Zach, you looking forward to any of the 30-minute mission stuff? Yeah. Like I keep saying, I think pretty much every stream, people are asking me something about 30-minute missions, and I'm just repeating myself, but it's okay. That I've got a stack of 30-minute mission stuff that I'm gonna review for you guys very soon, so no worries there. I'll probably start on that stuff next week. I think. Here's what we can do. Now, this one, just on a side note here, hang on real quick. Putting this head together, you have the part for the eyes is actually also connected to the part for the Vulcans. So it's really cool that the Vulcans are actually a separate piece. That's really nice for a high grade and should be good for painting. But putting the parts here on the side of the head seems like you could very easily break that part for the Vulcans, so just be very careful putting these parts on here. Make sure everything's lined up, make sure the Vulcan's fitting into where it needs to be, because if not, it feels like you could pretty easily break that part off. But very tight fit here for the head. But anyway, there it goes. And then look on the white part. Now I didn't cut off the flags on the V-fin yet. I'll have to do that later. And also, just like with the HG, the Origin early type Gundam kit, I would be very worried about this little red piece, the crest on the front of the head, falling off very easily. On the early type, or not on the early type, on the local type, it falls off super easy. And other different HG Origin Gundams, so this tiny little red piece there on the front of the head, be very careful with that. But there you go, that's that. I don't necessarily really like about this kit that for the main white color that they actually made it really white. On the Master Grade, I liked that it was kind of like a cream kind of color, off-white. I liked that about the early type. So, I mean, I liked it about the Master Grade. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied today apparently. But the Master Grade, I liked that it was a little bit different color. This one being in pretty much the standard Gundam colors, it's not really quite as exciting. RGs becoming little MGs too, yes, exactly. Ooh, yeah. Let's see. Glad Adam's there in the chat on YouTube for you guys to chat with him a little bit. Over there, Bond over there on Twitch said, do you have any good tips on how to brush paint camo on an HG? Brush painting camo. I would look at Lincoln's videos. Paint on Plastic by Lincoln, right? I think he's done videos about how he does his hand painting camo on Machine and Krieger kits, but same kind of technique basically would apply. And I think I don't know if this is a point that he's stressed in a lot of his videos, because I'm actually behind on watching his videos, so I need to catch up. I don't know if he's still making this point often or not, but at least one of the points that he was making in some of his earlier videos that really hit home for me was just to start off messy and finish clean. So when you're brushing the camo pattern, and you just kind of like blotch it on there at first, just in so you can get just kind of like the general layout of how the camo is going to be, and then you can go back in with your colors and kind of touch up, clean up the edges and everything, make it look better as you go. But the thing with the hand painting with a brush is that you have to be really careful, right? Because it's very easy to where you can start to see brush strokes, or you're laying it on too thick and things like that. So you have to make sure that your paint is thinned, and using a slow drying thinner is also a good idea. So if you're using Mr. Color products, and I don't know about this is if you're painting with lacquers, I suppose. If you're painting with acrylics, which I would say probably you're painting with acrylics, I would assume, but could be wrong. If you're painting with lacquers, however, though, yeah, you need to use a slow drying thinner, so like Mr. Leveling thinner, and then on Gaia products. Gaia also makes a slow drying brush thinner. I think it's called like Brush Master or something like that for Gaia paints. But for acrylic paints, I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if it's really quite as necessary for acrylic paints, with them just naturally being a little bit more slow drying. But what you would want to do, I know, with acrylic paints is just use thin coats and just multiple coats. You want to do that with lacquers as well. But I think even more so with acrylic paints. So anyway, just check out Lincoln's channel. I think that's a good bet. So just Paint on Plastic by Lincoln Wright if you're unfamiliar with it. But hopefully you guys all should be familiar with Lincoln's channel. Alright. So the front skirt here, you can snip that apart. You can just twist it apart there. Very easy enough. And oops. May have been a better idea to twist it apart once it's actually on the kit, because now putting it onto the kit is gonna be a little bit tricky. It's a bit of a balancing act to hold everything in place. But there we go. There we go. Okay. The side skirts. Probably better to put the side skirts on later after the legs are attached. But I'm impatient, so I'm gonna put those on right away. And the little yellow bits here. Gotta have those. And if you guys don't remember, recently when I was painting the G40 Gundam, I said that I was going to be painting this one as well as the Beyond Global one, all, you know, relatively straight away, and painting them each in different color schemes. So I don't remember offhand which color scheme I said I was going to use for this one. I think I said I was going to paint this one in the real type colors, didn't I? I don't remember. One of you guys probably will remember, or if not, one of us will have to go back and check the video, but I'm pretty sure I said I was going to do real type colors for this one. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I think that'll probably be good. Or we could just do something completely custom, or I don't know. It might be cool to paint them all in G3 colors. That might be kind of interesting. To have the G40, the Origin, and the Beyond Global all painted in the same color scheme actually would probably be pretty cool as well. I don't know, what do you guys think? All different colors or all the same color? Someone thought you painted a G40 Gundam was trash. I thought it looked awesome. Oh, really? I didn't hear that criticism, but okay. I mean, I could see how someone could not like the color scheme, but I don't really see how someone could say it was trash. I mean, not to pat myself on the back or anything, but actually the painting was pretty good on the kit. I think it looks good. I think it came out good. But subjectively, if you don't like that color scheme, I guess you could say it was trash. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Anyway. Oh no. 7-Eleven Gundam scheme, and no, maybe not. Maybe the Olympics color scheme. That's kind of boring though. I don't really like that. But I mean, it is kind of fun for the Olympics. So interesting how the arm goes together. It's a little bit different from other kits. And fortunately, our panel line is just made up as a seam line there on the lower arm anyway. Let's see for the upper arm. Hopefully it's the same. Let's see. For the upper arm as well, yep, the panel line is made up as a seam line is made up as a panel line there. So that's all good. And the early type is this is the other opposite arm. The early type is supposed to have not this part. Just like that there. I switched the arms on this, or like for the construction of this. The manual has you build the left arm first, which is strange because usually it's almost always building the right arm first. So it was kind of weird for me to have that switched. So I cut out the parts in the opposite way to do the right arm first, because it's just what I'm used to. let's see, we got some nice hand options. No closed fist though. I wish that, you know, Bandai sometimes does give us some decent hand options, but I don't know what their aversion is to wanting to give us like a good, nice closed fists. It's pretty rare to get those. Fortunately, the Goof Custom, the kit I reviewed yesterday, did have those, so just seems to be with more recent kits they don't really often give those, unfortunately. Oh no! I forgot this piece in the shoulder. I'm doing Optimus Prime Nemesis, and no Transformer color schemes for me. Probably won't do that. What I want to do for the 3 kits, painting up the 3 kits, I want them to be in like official color schemes, so not necessarily something that's just totally custom or based on something that's not Gundam related. So like the let's see, so like the G3 or the prototype Gundam or the rollout colors version. The rollout color version, maybe not for this version. I don't think that would look good on the Origin Gundam. It probably, I'll have to look at an MSV book. I've got a scanned copy of an MSV book that has, I think it might have 1 or 2 other variations in there. It might have something that I could find useful. So there we go. There's that arm. Simple enough. And let's see. There weren't any other... Ah, there are. So there should be some stickers here. These little stickers here for the joints. So, keeping you guys updated on our progress, my wife and I's progress of rewatching the MCU movies in chronological order of the story. We watched Iron Man 2 last night, and I got to thinking, what happened to Mickey Rourke? He was away, of course, for a long time, and then he came back, and it was a big deal, and now he's like also away again. What's Mickey Rourke been in like the last 5 years? Anything? Did he just like retire again? That could be. I just like didn't hear the news about that. That just like he decided to retire. That could very well be the case, and I don't know if that's something that a lot of you guys are necessarily keeping up on, but any of you know offhand what the deal with Mickey Rourke is? I'm sure I could search it on YouTube, and I'd probably find one of those videos like why Hollywood isn't hiring Mickey Rourke anymore. Cast file scheme, possible. The reason why I don't really want to do a cast file scheme is because I've painted a couple of different. I painted the DJ. All like fairly recently. I've painted a few different kits in char colors, so I'm kind of like don't want to paint another char colored kit right away at this moment. Maybe for the Beyond Global version, I think that version could look good in a char color scheme. So maybe for that one, but I'll think about that. But not for this one. I think this one probably is gonna look best in some sort of MSV color scheme. Maybe a full armor Gundam color scheme I think would look probably pretty dope on this kit, actually. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, because it's got the cannon, and it's got like the larger style beam rifle with the early type beam rifle. So like painting it up like a full armor Gundam color scheme I think could actually look pretty cool. I think I like that idea. What do you guys think? And that's a MSV design, right? Let's see. You guys are going hog wild, saying white dingo color scheme, new color scheme, Titans color scheme. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm talking about like a color, like an actual existing RX-78-02 color variant. Is what I want to do for these. Oh, the backpack part's a little janky, falling off there. There we go. Alright. Heavy Gundam colors? I don't really like the Heavy Gundam color scheme. It's a little bit poopy from me. Bionic Geo. I like where your head's at, but there's other different variants of the Heavy Gundam in there, so it could do something like that. But that's getting a little bit more varianted. It's getting a little bit farther away from the RX-78-02. So I'm not sure if I want to go that far away. I know it's not that far, but getting too far away from the RX-78-02, but then it's just kind of like, then there's kind of every color scheme under the sun is pretty close. There's RX baseball color schemes. Yeah, the baseball color schemes are not like a canon thing. That's just existing in the kits. Doesn't really exist in the Gundam canon. I mean, Jacob over there on Facebook said it was their first suit. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. Yeah, Thunderbolt Gundam also, I think is getting a little bit too far away from this. William, you think Winter Soldier is your top MCU movie? It was definitely, yeah, it's definitely one of the best ones. I can agree with that. How about the prototype color scheme? Yes, I was thinking about the prototype color scheme as well. But I'm not sure. That's an option that I'm considering, yes. I think the rollout colors, because this is like a kind of, this kit is pretty nicely detailed. It has a lot of detail going on it. So I think doing like the rollout color scheme would look a bit bland on it, because the rollout color scheme is pretty much all white for the most part, with like a little bit of silver. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? Ryan, I just mentioned a few minutes ago why I didn't want to do a Casval color scheme on this kit, because in sort of recent memory, I've done a couple of Casval kits already. But let's see. Straight white compared to the MGs, which he says a little creamy. Yeah. For the color schemes for this one, yeah, it's let me check. I'm pretty sure it's 100% white. It looks like it anyway. Where is our color page? Yeah, it's 100% white for this version, which, yeah, I wish they would have stuck with the same colors as the MG. That off-white cream color is nice. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the rollout colors I think would look a little bit plain on this, because to have like just it being like just an all white and with all that nice detail on there, I kind of want to, I don't know. On the other hand, all the detail could help break up all the white, but I don't know. I don't think I want to do the rollout colors version on this. I just don't feel like it would look good on this kit. I'm sure it could look good, you know, in the right hands. I have no doubt that if someone were feeling inspired to do the rollout colors on this, that they could certainly make it look good. It's just that for me, let's see, hang on. What the hell? For me, I think I'll not do rollout colors for this guy. I'm liking the idea of the full armor color scheme. And not the Thunderbolt version, I mean the MSV version, the green one. With orange accents and gray parts. Bye, Adam. Thanks for hanging out. Real type might be too dark and hide some of the detail. Yeah, and real type is what I have planned for the mega size kit that I'd like to paint up soon as well. Let's see. Got this there, and this polycap up in here. Close that up there. So far, no seam lines on the kit, because all the seam lines are just made up as panel lines. So Ben, I did a good job with that. Though, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to have those panel lines on there, then you'll have a bit more of a problem, but let's see, this is going to be the left leg. Also, though, still not really a big fan of this hip joint being looking like that. What about some G3 love? Nolan Han, yeah, I was just considering that just because I painted the G40 in G3 colors, so I was thinking it might be kind of interesting actually to paint them all in G40 in G3 colors. Were you looking for a mega size stand? Any specific style you're looking for? Yeah, William, if you know of a stand that works for mega size kits, then maybe send me a message about that. Yeah. Do you know of anyone? I don't know if I've ever come across one or known of any stand that can work well with the mega size kit. But by all means, if you're aware of one, I'm open to that. Pretty complicated construction here for the leg. It's not like it's kind of like all the parts of a full inner frame, but you wouldn't be able to build it without the armor because the armor holds these different parts together. But it's kind of functionally the same as the frame here on the leg. It's pretty cool. Pretty nice. Let's see, then attach this part here onto the front. Let's see, what are your thoughts about the Beyond Global Sharzaku? Beyond Global Sharzaku? Is that just the HG Sharzaku that's coming out, you mean? The new HG Sharzaku? If that's what you're talking about, then I like it. It looks good. I haven't seen anything about... I didn't know that was having the Beyond Global label on it, does it? If so, then yeah, okay. Or if there's a different kit that you're talking about, then it's news to me. Fatty, what the name of the song? The name of the song is just something off YouTube. It's no copyright, coffee house, jazz, calm, jazz, music, relaxing, music, relax, music, meditation. It's the name of the song on YouTube. It's just one of those tracks you can look up. It's just like a long track of just like chilled music. Let's see, 6 up on the knees. I'm not worried about lining up these stickers too much. I guess I could try to, but For the little kind of holes around the edges of these. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, someone's saying that the Sharazaku he's talking about is not it's not Beyond Global. It doesn't have the Beyond Global label or the Revive label actually, but it is essentially once again just a Revive kit without the Revive label. So I don't know if they're having any sort of special name for that at all. If they're even calling it the Evolution Project, because I don't even know if they're still using the Evolution Project label on anything. Maybe they still are. Oh yeah, because I think they're using that. They're planning to use that for the Perfect Grade Unleashed, right? They're gonna have the Gundam Evolution Project label on that, right? Gluttonaria. Adam's not here anymore, but I think you already asked that question. He already answered that about Adam's opinion on brands like Supernova and Ellen. Yeah. A revive of a revive? Nicholas, a revive of a revive. Are you talking about the Zaku? There's no revive Zaku out already, so it would just be, I mean, it wouldn't be a revive of a revive. So it's not a revive at all, actually, but it would just be a revive if they were still using that label. Benda needs to turn those Origin Zakus into MGs on the 2.0 frame. Yeah, I know. They need to make an MG 2.0 Origin Zaku. Let's see. Yes, the Beyond Global Gundam. Yeah, the Beyond Global Gundam is. Yeah, I mean, because they already have. They already have the Revive Gundam, and then making like another Revive Gundam basically with the Beyond Global version. Yes, it's sort of like a Revive. I get your point. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more pictures of what the Beyond Global Gundam looks like, because we had that other picture that came out a little bit ago that kind of made it look really super derpy. So I don't know what the deal with that is, if that was just kind of like a bad or wrong picture or something, or what the deal was, but certainly was not a flattering image of the kit, so it made me a little bit more worried about that release, because in the first images that we saw of it, it looks awesome. So if it ends up actually not looking that awesome, it would be sad. RGM79 SPS, what's your favorite grunt suit? Favorite grunt suit. Grunt, a little bit hard to define, but I would say I really like the Quell. That's a pretty awesome one. Or the Nero, also I'm a big Nero fan. Really hoping that we'll get a kit of that sometime this year, fingers crossed. So we've had a series of different Sentinel kits coming out over the past year or two, with the Deep Striker and the 1.5 XS Gundam and the Phaz. So if that continues, hopefully we'll finally get a Nero kit as well. And I'm hoping that it'll be a, Master Grade would be nice, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. It's more likely going to be a RE100 kit, in which case I'd be totally happy with that as well. So hopefully this year it would be cool to see an RE100 Nero, and that's a very shot in the dark guess, but based on my best estimation, that's what I'm thinking it would be if we were to get one. But Who knows, eh? Stranger things have happened. The Jimkai, yeah, the Jimkai is pretty cool. Kind of the yeah, like that era of like around the Quell and like just before the Gym Custom is also pretty cool. Not really a big fan of like the Gym Customs kind of minty color scheme, but it's a cool design though. I mean, not really as big of a fan of like the grunts from like Zeta and Double Zeta. Oh, and I realized I forgot to put these on the arm as well. So we'll take a break, do some sticker in here. Here we go. What's your opinion on a PG Epion? My opinion on a PG Epion is never gonna happen. Never ever going to happen. I can say that with pretty good certainty. Like if someone asks like if I thought Bandai was gonna make like a PG Shinanju or something, I would say not likely, but it could happen. Or like a PG Gym or something, for example, I would say I don't know, it could happen. But a PG Epion, I can say with pretty good certainty that I'm sure that's never ever going to happen. If Bandai were to ever make another PG from Gundam Wing, I would put my money on the Death Scythe. But even that I would say very unlikely. The Jagan is cool, yeah, the Jagan also is cool, and the Jagan's cool because it has so many different variants, right? I'm not that big of a Jesta fan as a lot of other people are. I do like the Jesta, it's certainly a really cool design. And like I like the Jesta cannon as well, but there's variants of the Jagan that I like more than the Jesta, even like the Awak Jagan. I guess there is an Awak Jesta as well, isn't there? I don't think it ever was shown in this series, but I'm pretty sure I've seen artwork for that. That at least there's like artwork of it that exists of an Awak type Jesta. Now I don't remember for sure offhand, so I'm actually gonna check it. I'm gonna search it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that, and that does look pretty cool. I really like different Awak designs. They're so cool and unique. Yeah. There's an Awak Jesta. I thought so. Camphor? I wouldn't say that. Are you talking about like a PG Camphor or a PG or like just Camphor being your favorite grunt suit? I wouldn't say the Camphor is a grunt suit. But the chances of we ever getting a PG Camphor, I would say that one also very unlikely, but yeah, very unlikely. Not quite as unlikely as the Epion, but still very unlikely. Yeah, there you go. The Awak Jesta. It's pretty cool. It's not all, I mean, it's generally a similar kind of look to the Awak Jagan. Alright, there's the main body, everything all done. We can move on to the weapons and have some real fun. Alright. So I've got these separated into two groups here, I think. This would be the middle type beam rifle I've got here first. Right? Yes. Yeah. Oh no. Phew. Don't want to lose that little yellow piece. So that'll fit into there like that. That'll fit into there like that. That'll fit onto there. Not quite. Let's put in the handle first. That'll fit onto there like that. The middle type beam rifle is too boring, isn't it? It's just a very standard Gundam beam rifle. Certainly the early type beam rifle is much more interesting, I think. Although this is slightly different in the design. Most notably here in like the main part of the body, because it has this big part that switches out and leaves a big hole in the main center of the gun. But then it's like the back end's a little bit different in this design as well. So I can appreciate that. It's slightly different. We got the shield parts here. Pretty straightforward, but let me just check the manual here on the shield parts. That goes like that, and this one here, and this here, and this here. And slide that onto there. Strangely, no, I mean, though we got a good handful of stickers for this kit, no stickers for the front of the shield, which is supposed to be maybe a little bit hard to see in the pictures there, but hopefully you guys can see there. The little circle bits there are supposed to be gray, so kind of strange we didn't get little gray stickers to just stick over the top of that, but anyway, that's the shield and that beam rifle. Did they do a PG F91? No, they certainly have not made a PG F91. PG F91 is one that I could see possibly coming out with a PG, just because it got a Master Grade 2.0. So there must be enough interest that Bandai put the money into making a 2.0 MG. So that would mean, at least in my mind, that the possibility of getting a PG is a little bit more than others. I'm an advocate for some RG age kits. Alvin, yeah, I could go for an RG age kit. I would actually quite like that, actually. I've never watched Gundam Age. I've never really been like, would never call myself a big Age fan. But the Age kits that I've built are all pretty nice, actually. Pretty nice kits. And see. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool designs. So like a nice like RG. Obviously, I think they would start with just the Age 1 normal, but there's a nice RG Age 1 normal kit. It would be pretty cool. Again, with that, I'm not sure like how popular Age is. If it's popular enough that Bandai would do that. I think so. I mean, like, the RG line is not quite like the PG line. PG Age kit would be asking a little bit more, but an RG, you know, it's not quite as an extreme investment on Bandai's part. So I'd say the possibility of an RG Age kit coming out at some point is not bad. It's very possible. Let's see. So this part goes on here first, like that. Rest in peace, the MG Age 3 and Age FX. Yes, those would have been nice MGs, I think. I agree. Kind of a shame that they shelved those plans. I think they'll come back, especially with the FX. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say if and when Bandai will ever we'll ever actually go through with the production of those. But yeah, fingers crossed. I think they would make for some nice kits, so we'll have to see. And we've got our first seam line here, it looks like, on these parts here for the bazooka. So we'll have to do, I think that'll be very easy to fix though, the seam line between the white parts here on the bazooka. So I'll be sure to share that in the video about how to go about fixing that. But I'm sure you guys are clever enough, you could probably figure it out for yourself. But I'll go about fixing it and I'll let you guys know. Alright, so then we just got the attachment part for that, and we do have a couple of stickers here. This one on the front of this. Probably would have been easier to put this sticker on this part before attaching the bazooka to it. I don't have to have the bazooka in my way while I'm trying to flatten out the sticker. Does anyone think that the new HD build divers are Aegis Knight that we might get retooled MG Aegis Knight kit? What? Do I think that we might get an MG version of the Aegis Knight? It's possible. They did that with the H2 Magnum, right? They made a MG version of that. So, yeah, it's possible. Alright. So we got this camera sticker for this guy. There we go. And yeah, all right, that's it for those stickers. And so everything's done now. Let's then just take a few minutes as well to also go ahead and lay some of these other stickers on here. I think I folded up the manual wrong. Seems a bit weird, but just a couple of the main stickers we'll throw on here just to see how they look. Any of the stickers on the white parts are going to look fine. No, we aren't getting MG Knight unless we get the leads first. Well, yeah. It's a good point on that one. How are you liking this compared to the MG? Anything you particularly like more or less about this kit? Lucem, to answer your question, I like, for the MG, for example, I like the fact that that comes with more effect parts, which is nice. The effect parts are cool for the MG. I like the colors the MG is molded in a little better, and honestly I kind of like the proportions of the MG a little bit better. The proportions of this kit are nice, and I think this kit does look very good, especially in action poses. I think it looks even better than just in a standing pose, but I think in pretty much every way I still prefer the MG, but it's not to say that this is a bad kit or less of a kit in any way. It's for my personal preference, what I like in my kits. I do like the MG. Actually, no big marking stickers for the shield, which is kind of odd. Just a couple of little ones. Let's see, 13 goes on the front of the chest. It kind of like barely fits there. And Let's see, number 12 also goes over on this part of the chest. Axis, Xeon, Newborn, Neo Xeon, or the sleeves. I don't know. I'm a big Unicorn fan, and I'm a big Zinnerman fan when it comes to just characters that I like. So I'm inclined to say sleeves, just because I thought Zinnerman was a really cool character in the story. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with their politics, right? Some of these aren't going to be in like really super perfect alignment. I'm just kind of sticking them on there quick and dirty. I'll just put on a few of these just so you guys can see how they look on the kit and why water slides are so much better. Hey Zach, what's the likelihood of Bandai making MG Kshatriya? Still unlikely. Bandai, apparently, I don't even know what was the format, how they put this information out, but Bandai apparently, years ago, someone at Bandai said that they couldn't make an MG Kshatriya because they would have to use metal parts in the binder connectors to hold up the weight of the binders, and that would be too expensive to use metal parts in there like that, so they didn't want to. That was years ago, so I don't know if Bandai's engineering has improved to the point that they could make a MG Kshatriya now with less issues. Maybe that's the case, and so maybe we will still someday see an MG Kshatriya. More likely, if we ever get a 100 scale Kshatriya, it'll probably be an RE100 kit, which I'd be perfectly fine with. PG Gym, guys, we have to make this happen. Yeah, PG Gym. Not very likely, but I could see it happening at some point. Hey. Yeah. Go. Interesting. Have got any Macross kits? Corvonix plays. Have I got any Macross kits? Yeah, I not too long ago built the Wave Macross kit, and actually did finally get around to buying the Macross Delta Messiah kit, the big, chunky, really heavily armed up with all the missiles and everything Messiah kit that I have been wanting to check out for a long time from Bandai. Don't have it here yet, but I think that's on the way soon. Ordered one finally. And I think, as I mentioned yesterday, or maybe I've mentioned a couple of times now, I'm in the middle of just doing a quick paint job on a Mecha Collection kit as well. 42. A Mecha Collection Macross kit, should say. Macross Delta, to be specific. Oof, that's not straight at all. Ew. Let's try to take that off. That's the problem with these stickers too, compared to water slides, and I'm not going to bother with it. It's just going to have to not be straight. It's that water slides, once you lay it down, you have a few minutes to kind of mess with it to get it all straightened out, but with these stickers, once they're on there, they're kind of hard to fix if they're not straight. Oh well. They're going to end up coming off again right after the review anyway, so not the worst deal. There were Messiahs and Macross Delta, or are you thinking Frontier? I could be thinking of Frontier. I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about Macross, so yeah, could be Frontier. Yes. Sorry. 24. Okay, these stickers go on the side of the arm. Go. There's that. We'll put a couple more on here. Let's see, that'd be 26 of these. Hey, Zach, how about a ball paint scheme? A ball paint scheme? You mean for this kit? Paint it up like in ball colors? That's absolute mad lad. Early type. Sticker 14. Go. And sticker 11. We're not gonna mess with that. We'll do number 16 here. And 19, we'll go ahead and put this one on here as well. Just a couple more. I think on the body, I'm pretty much done. I want to put a couple just on the shield as well. And then I think just kind of call it a day on the stickers on this guy. I think that's enough. Put these on the back skirt as well here real quick. Kale, hey, how's it going? Thank you, as always, for the super chat support there. I think there will ever be an MG Atlas Gundam. Yeah, I don't know. I would say, I hope that Bandai will someday make an MG Atlas Gundam. I'm not really that big a fan of the Atlas Gundam design, actually, but I think it would make for a cool MG kit. Certainly better than the HG, because the HG, unfortunately, the HG just takes so much masking because there's so many little color apps and stuff that they weren't able to put on the HG that I think they would be able to represent better on an MG. So yeah, hopefully they will someday make an MG kit of that, just because I think it'll have much better color separation. And ideally it would also be a Verka, like the other MG Thunderbolt kits. That would make sense anyway. Wait. Alright, let's see. Just as I'm just about finishing up here, guys, I'll let you know that tomorrow, just a reminder, we'll be live streaming again at the same time and building the HG Iron Blood Orphans Marcosius Gundam. That'll be tomorrow's live stream. And then planning to build the Sitara kit, Megami Device kit, on Friday, if I can have it ready by then. We'll see. And let's see, 22 is here. Also, the video that I have coming to upload for you guys later today is a book review, their Machine & Krieger book review, the Machine & Krieger Archive Volume 3 book review that I recorded that yesterday, and I need to finish editing that video and upload that later today. So, Machine & Krieger fans, if you guys are Machine & Krieger fans, you can watch that later on in the day, or wherever you are in the world. It might not be later on in the day for you, might be tomorrow for you if you're in the US, but tomorrow you can check that out. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for the stickers for me. Just wanted to put a couple of those there on that, and maybe just this one here on here, 40. Oh, the beam rifle there. But yeah, Rascally, yes, these decal stickers did come with the kit. Wouldn't get too excited though, they're not that great, but they're very simple. The ones on the white parts, I mean, look fine, but anywhere else, oops, those were actually not meant for this beam rifle. Those are actually stickers for the other beam rifle. Oh well, I don't think it really matters that much, but let's see. 41, these ones just go here on the bazooka as well. Anyway, I think that's gonna pretty much do it for us for this build. DT Warrior, you're very welcome, man. Thank you for the super chat support there. 41, it doesn't say to put one of these on the opposite side as well, but we'll just go ahead and do that anyway. So yeah, alright, I'll work on the review for this kit for you guys soon. There's a couple other kits in the line first, but yeah, tomorrow we'll see you for the Marcosius live stream. Winged Wolf, hello there. So when I tried panel lining the MG Death Scythe, I discovered there were multiple types of panel line markers. Would you ever do a video explaining different types of markers? It depends on what you mean. I don't know what you mean by different types of markers. There's different types of markers, as in like Bandai's panel line markers and other brand sort of markers that you can use for panel lining. Or you mean like that, like different brands, different products, or you mean just like different colors? Panel lining. I'm not sure. Ryan, you're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, as far as the different types of panel lining, let's chat about that some more tomorrow. I'm gonna go finish editing that book review video for now. So anyway, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. We'll pick up with the Marcosius Gundam. So until then, have a great day, guys. Stay safe, wash your hands, stay at home, have fun, and goodbye.